Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tom Jeffs and I'm from Changing Minds Kent, and I'm a mental health first aid trainer. And this is 10 ways people reduce anxiety and have more peace of mind. So if you've been sent this video by someone, it's because they think that there might be, just one or two things out of the 10 ideas I'm going to share with you in a second, which might help combat something we all struggle with sometimes, and that is anxiety. So the first idea I'm going to share with you is progressive muscle relaxation. So try this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath and imagine you're holding onto a bar. Tense those muscles for 5 seconds before relaxing them into your lap. You can try it on your shoulders. Try to use your shoulders to touch your ears. You can also imagine there's a fly on your nose and you're trying to get it off. Yeah, I know, that's stupid. So the second is a great technique. We call it 5 to 7 breathing. And it's very simple. It's taking a nice deep breath in through your nose over a count of 5, then holding it for 2 counts, then slowly exhaling through your mouth over a count of 7. It's a great technique for kids, especially when they're stressed. And it definitely works on kids, so it should work on you too. Number 3 is mindfulness. Mindfulness is proven to reduce anxiety. Maybe try the 8-week mindfulness-based stress reduction course. They use that in scientific research at Oxford University. If you don't really know anything about it, Google it. Or maybe come and talk to us if you want to run an online course for you and your staff. Number 4 is exercise. I know, maybe you're looking for something that isn't so painful, but honestly, exercise is one of the best ways to reduce anxiety. So why not check out some of our personal training videos from Billy at Changing Minds Kent. I promise you, it doesn't have to be extreme to be helpful. Number 5 is repeated and graduated exposure. So one of the most common anxiety disorders is phobias. You probably know this. And the reason why it's called a disorder is because it disorders your life. It gets in the way of your life. So if you're avoiding things to reduce anxiety, then why not put yourself in charge by developing your own graduated and repeated exposure routine? Google it if you want to know more. Don't let your anxiety be in charge. Number 6, if your anxiety is really bad, consider seeing your GP. It's always a good idea to rule out any physical health problems which can be tested and treated. Number 7, talk to someone. Counselling or online counselling, whether that's CBT or whatever approach suits you, is great. Talk through the issues, unpack them, repack them afterwards. It can be super helpful. I know this from personal experience. If you're interested in counselling or online video counselling at the minute, then talk to us. Number 8, visit Holland & Barrett or whatever herbal remedy shop you've got near you and ask about herbal remedies that might help anxiety. I know a number of people who've successfully managed anxious periods with herbal remedies. Remember, don't use something all the time. Don't go from being a slave to anxiety to be a slave to herbal remedies. Just use it as a temporary stopgap. Is he prescribing medication for people? Big disclaimer here, guys. I'm not telling anyone to take anything. Research it yourself. Talk to your doctor, talk to a pharmacist. Number 9, this is a good one. Turn your anxiety into action. Sometimes we have anxiety for good reason, and it's prompting us to develop a plan. So when worrying becomes excessive, ask yourself questions to evaluate the likelihood that your predictions will come true and how you'd cope if they do. And write down the answers. It's really important that you write down the answers. We call this journaling. It's almost like a form of self-counselling. And so some examples of some questions you could ask yourselves are these. How likely is it that this bad thing will happen? If it does happen, what's the worst outcome? What's the best outcome? And what's the most likely outcome? What can we do to prevent this bad thing from happening? What can I do to cope? What's the best 5 things I can do to make the best out of this situation? Every time that thought comes back into your mind, revisit what you've written. That's why it's important to get it down. Maybe add to your plan. But whatever you do, don't get caught up in catastrophizing. Don't get caught up in exploring the worst case scenario and just wallowing in the misery of it all. Number 10, Whatever you do, don't use alcohol. It might reduce anxiety temporarily, but that's because it's a depressant. Excessive alcohol use can produce depression, and it's not really dealing with the situation, is it? You end up with an addiction, being depressed and anxious. Well, that's been 10 ways people reduce anxiety. I've been Tom Jeffs. It's been nice to meet you. Please check us out at changingmindskent.co.uk.